Hey YouTube, Stealth Cutter Juju here, and today we are going over string variables. And yes, I know you all know about strings, but what you may not know is that there are actually certain things that we can do to manipulate the strings so that we can get I don't really know how to explain it, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. So the first thing we want to do is I'm going to create a string variable called greeting, and I'm going to just have it say hello world. Alright, seems fair. Now the first thing I'm going to be showing is, say, I'm going to be using a mixture of this variable here and a combo of this getting the user's input. That way we can sort of see what kind of scenarios we would be using these techniques in. So I'm going to go ahead and create another variable called name, and I'm going to make it equal to the input of the user. From here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to print out this name just normally. And so how this is going to work, this first one, is we're just going to say name. And then we're going to say is really awesome. Alright. And so this may seem alright, so let's go ahead and hit run. Alright. And down here, we're going to have to enter a name. And it worked. Right. That's really, really good. But let's do another test. What if I were to type Juju, but my space bar got stuck, and then it entered? Well, my name's no longer Juju, but Juju space, which can look pretty bad. And if they try and log in, like if this was used for a login, it wouldn't detect Juju as Juju, but Juju space, so it wouldn't actually count as the initial name. So what we need to do is we need to do name dot trim. And so by doing this, we can go ahead, and if we run this one more time and go ahead and back down here in the console and go ahead and type Juju but with spaces, it goes ahead and removes all those unnecessary spaces for us, which is pretty awesome. So the other thing is that, so I'm going to go ahead and just record that I'm going to reset name equal to name.trim, so that we can just type name here, and you'll see why later. The next thing I'm going to do is showing you how to take a string. So I'm going to take this greeting here, but instead of hello world, I just want it to say hello and then the person's name. So to do this, I'm going to go ahead and take greeting. Well, first off, I should what I need to do is actually grab the first how many characters is this? So this is how it counts where an index is. So what an index is the space between the letters. And you can move your the thing I'm not sure what they call that, the pointer, I guess, between each of the letters and count. So this would be 0, this would be 1, this would be 2, this would be 3, 4, 5, and if we wanted the space 2, we would say 6, because this space is actually a character just like the others. So I'm going to go ahead and type substring and go from 0 to 6. And let's go ahead and see if it worked. Okay, it did not work. That is very disappointing. Oh, silly me. It's actually awaiting input still, so. Alright, that was pretty silly. So let's go back up and so we are now able to grab the first 6 characters, and what we can do from here is let's say we wanted, so that allows us to grab the 6th, so I'm going to reset greeting as well. So greeting equals greeting dot sub, actually just gonna copy that. I don't know why I just didn't do that the first time. Alright. Another thing I want to do is I want to say hello here, because I actually want this variable still. And so what we're going to do is we're going to find out where certain letters are. If you remember before, I was talking about indexes. Well, we can actually, let's say we don't know where one of these indexes will be. So we can go ahead and find out these indexes. If I were to go ahead and do int I for index and 1, and just set it to greeting dot index of, let's go ahead and say I want from this point on, let's say the space. That seems good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and print out I1 and see what it gives me. And here again, it tries to fool us with wanting input. But in Hello World, the space is on the 5th index. Perfect. Now, what index is it referring to? It's actually referring to this index right here. It goes the one before it reaches that character. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Another thing is, just like index of, there is also last index of. So we can go ahead and go int I2 equals greeting.index, last index of. And I'm going to switch these to O. And if you notice that there are 2 O's. So originally what will happen is it will go through, but if you just do index of twice, it's going to return this same index. However, last index of will give you the last possible O. So let's go ahead and print those 2 out and just add a little hyphen there. And alright. And I'm going to comment this out. What a comment does, it basically stops that line from running, and it's just So if we comment it out, that line won't run, and it's just really these two slashes. So it's all like, oh, you don't want to run that part of the code? All right, I won't run it. And voila, it gave us the first index is 4, and if you count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is correct, and 7, so 5, 6, 7, and there's our 7th index, so they're both correct. Now let's go ahead and actually use these indexes to substring. So if I were to greeting.substring 0, or not 0, I1 to I2. And so what these numbers are, I realized that I didn't actually explain it, is that this is where to start and this is where to end. So it will bring you a string from this point to that index, and that's how come we got hello. And alrighty, so yeah, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and try this. And I got O space W. And if you are like, but it didn't return the second O. Well, that's because this index is actually before this O. So it's going to go before this O and select this entire selection. So it did work, even though it looks like 2 random letters. Alrighty. Well, we're running short here on time, so I'm going to do another tutorial on strings, explaining more of these. And this was Juju. If you like this video, go ahead and give a like. I hope this helped. And see you in the next tutorial.